104 to 106.
Cork's Red FM.
Oh, it was a huge result. I mean, I think the last time I played there was centenary year against Derry. I mean, the triple O, and you always say when you go play away from home, it's worth 2 or 3 points to the home team. But like a trip to Derry, it's worth at least 5 points to the home team. You'd look at it that way, you know. So, like you'd still say, like before the match, yes, you'd still say this won't surprise me if Derry win this match because of the long journey and that sort of thing. So it was a huge win to get out of there last night.
Yeah, and there have been so many injuries during this league campaign, Dinny. I mentioned some of them there, but I suppose the positive from that is that it's allowed other guys to show what they can do. Owen Cotter has come in at cornerback. Paddy Kassan has been playing very well at wing back. Guys like Fintan Gould and John Hayes are getting a chance again as well. And I suppose they're showing Conor Coonahan that they are capable of doing a job if needed. I don't think there are too many counties in the country with that kind of strength and depth.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, especially the home games. I've seen them in the last couple of months, and I know now this is the winter as such, like, and it's National League and it's not Championship, but like we definitely have to seem to have more talent than the other counties around. I mean, the other counties have a few injury problems as well, and they've replaced their players with guys coming in, but they don't seem to be as good as the quality of the guys we have, you know. So, like the fellas that have come in at the moment for Cork are really forcing the selectors' hands, like by saying, "Look, I've got my chance. I'm playing well," and they're making it difficult in a way for them, you know. But that's the way it should be, you know. So. Like hopefully we'll have a lot of problems by May or June when he has to pick the starting 15, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose the interesting thing about the guys who haven't been available yet, Dinny, guys like Canty and Lynch, as I mentioned, they're all generally the elder statesmen, fellas who have been on the road quite a while, fellas who could probably do without a full league campaign after such a long season last year, so they should be fresh coming into the Championship. I suppose similar to what Davy Fitz is doing with the guys like Tony Brown and Ken McGrath down with the Waterford Hurlers. Yeah,
I don't think it's any harm to miss like winter matches. Like for some people, definitely, as you say, like the mileage is up there, and you know the worst thing maybe for these type of fellas is to go through 4 or 5 months of before you come into May, like that you're out to play and say 12 matches or something like that coming into. You don't need that now. Certainly they will need, like since April now, they'll want to start something coming out of it by now. Though you're running short of time, so from now on in they'd want to be there or thereabouts. Like Graham Canty, the captain of the team, and like you genuinely need some elder lemons in there as well. So but the young fellas have certainly shown that they can play without him as such. So, but like you would need him too as well. But it's probably time that they'll have to come forward now, probably in the next couple of weeks, and show that they're ready for the action in the Championship, you know.
Yeah, no, it's looking like Cork will be in the National League final, Dinny. First of all, how beneficial will that be going into the Championship, because there is a long layoff before that first game in June, probably against Kerry? And secondly, how happy will Conor Coonahan be with where things stand at the moment?
Well, you see, it'll come back to what the people were saying last week. I don't know, everyone was saying it last year, which I would have disagreed with. They were saying last year we'd be better off losing to Kerry in the first match, but you can't plan that. You can't go. A person can't go out and tell his players we lose today, and then we'll get into the back door. It's grand if it happens afterwards, but you can't actually plan that. The same has kind of been said to me now in the last couple of weeks. Cork are winning too many matches now, and by the time the Championship comes around, they'll be favourites and all that. We know all that, but you can't have that attitude of wanting to lose league matches so that we're not favourites for the Championship. So I certainly would be if I was manager of the Cork football team, I would be very happy the way things are going. The players know it too well. After losing the All Ireland last year, they're feeling the pain of that. So all right, they'll be delighted we win in the National League, but back at their head after losing last year, they know that the big one is the All Ireland, to get to the All Ireland and win it this year. So I'd be well pleased with the way it's turned out for them.
Yeah, I know people will say that you can peak too soon. You kind of alluded to it there, but at the same time as well, winning is a habit, so it's good to start that habit earlier in the year. Yeah,
they're very young. The team is very young, so they can handle they need to win more importantly than the older fella. The older fella has seen the ups and downs, and that's all. They need a bit of confidence. Just get the confidence to the right level. They've beaten the top teams as such, which they are the top teams that are in Division 1. It will be a different. They know, though, even though they're young, they know there's a different ball game coming up in the Championship when it comes around. But at the same time, they'll have a little bit of confidence, and once confidence doesn't go into arrogance, which it won't because of what happened losing in All Ireland, that's the greatest lesson of all. You can have the best manager in the world, you can have the best selectors, whatever else, but you lose an All Ireland final, and there's something there that you'll remember for the rest of your life, and it'll keep your feet on the ground even for the rest of the, even if you win one this year, you'll always remember the one you lost as well. So there's a great lesson there, and the confidence with beating teams. So there's a good mix there, you know.
Yeah, we've been speaking to a lot of the players in recent weeks, Dinny, guys like Paddy Kelly, Noel O'Leary, and as you'd imagine, they're all in agreement that anything less than an All-Ireland win this year would be a disappointment. Given how close they've come over the last few years, and when you look at the calibre of players on the panel, I mean, these guys have to be winning an All-Ireland, really.
Oh, they will. I mean, like, it was later in my stage when we didn't get to an All-Ireland final until 1988. With Conor Coonan was playing on, and Larry and all the boys, and the lads had lost in 87. I came in 88 at a later stage after being missing for a few years, but like we lost 88 in a replay, and Cork lost 87 as well. So we were going into the 89 final after losing basically 2 in a row, you know. So it's a major thing. Like, I mean, like, so we knew even against Mayo, like, we were afraid to think of losing at that stage. We hated trying to face home, but it motivated us on to winning it, and then the lads went on the following year and won another one in 1999. You know, so like it's a kind of a fear factor in a way, but it's good to have your back to the wall and saying we have to win it this year. It's a good motivation. I mean, some fellas say like it's too much pressure, but I think our fellas can handle that. You know.
Yeah, you mentioned there as well, Dinny, that Cork team of the 80s had to lose 2 to win 2, as they did in 89 and 90. This Cork team has already lost 2 All-Ireland finals. Do you think that stood to you back in the 80s, the fact that you had that hurt from the 2 previous defeats?
Yeah, I think it did. Like, it's easy to say no on hindsight, like, but that we won afterwards. Like, I mean, there is a severe pressure on you. Like, you know that fear factor is huge. Like, that are you going to lose another one, and then you'll be remembered like, oh, that team that lost 3 in a row or whatever. Like, I mean, it is not a very comfortable position to be in. But like, provided that you have the right characters on the pitch and that they won't bend when it comes to that, they'll fight tooth and nail to win it. I think like we had the talent, and once that resilience is built in there, which I think it is, you know, you win some and you lose some. I mean, you can put like Kerry were mentioned as, and Mead are mentioned, but they lost All Irelands as well. I mean, they lost. They won. Kerry won a lot more than the rest of us. But like, I think that resilience and the type of characters that we have there, I think it is there this year. And look, if we win the National League, so be it. If we lose it, so be it. But I think the boys are genuinely getting ready for the big one, which is the championship, you know.